Good morning. This is your boy Tony Rey-no from Two Wheel for Fun. You know, the site I created for the simplicity of the ride. But today we're not going to ride. I'm getting ready to do some, I guess, modifications on the 2016 Honda Goldwing. And not really a modification, but I should say more of an improvement of the audio sound. Because as you all know, I went out to Tennessee to ride with Michael Karen. And on the way back, well, before I got back home, we had some issues. Had to stop by and see Slappy. And when I stopped by to see Slappy, he coerced me to go to Electrical Connections and spend more money. I'm just kidding. He didn't coerce me. After hearing him talk about all the great things and seeing all the great things on his Honda Goldwing, I was like, man, I want that too. So one of the first things I got was the Bluetooth adapter that would allow me to connect my phone to the Goldwing and play music through the speakers and all that stuff. And what I didn't realize at the time is my music was coming from my iPod that I have in the back of the Goldwing. So that's coming straight through the system. And the music is coming through the speakers. And the individual that put the Bluetooth connection on there, he revved the engine up and said it was great. There's no alternator whine. You can hear the whine in the music. He didn't hear that, so he didn't think I would need a ground loop isolator. And that is true if you're playing it through the Goldwing via a direct connection, whether it's an iPod or a MP3 player or anything of that nature. Well, a few days ago, I was riding around and I used the Bluetooth connector to connect to my phone and play the music through the phone, through the Goldwing. And lo and behold, I had alternator whine. And you can so hear yes, when you're using the Bluetooth adapter, no matter what year Goldwing and you're going through your telephone, you're going to get that alternator whine. But have no fear, because Electrical Connections have a ground loop isolator that would alleviate all of that. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this ground loop isolator installed on the Goldwing. I know many. Well, all right, people. Hopefully we have enough lighting. Sorry, but I'm not in frame, but I am here. Hello. So like I say, I'm getting ready to put this ground loop isolator onto my Goldwing from Electrical Connections. Here you go, ground loop isolator kit. And basically it's plug and play. I have the Bluetooth connector in there already. So this has to go in between the Bluetooth adapter and the motorcycle. So this will be plugged into the motorcycle. The electrical Connections Bluetooth connector will be plugged into this, and that should isolate the alternator whine. But you know what? What I am going to do, let me pause this and read the instructions first, and I'll get back with you. Okay, boys and girls, I am back, and I have removed all of the contents from the package. And what was included in the package was 2 connectors, the actual ground loop isolator right here, and then a cable that, per the instructions, is not really needed. Okay, so I'll put all that to the side. And I got the instructions because I went directly to the Electrical Connections website, and everything was pretty much self-explanatory. So if you buy this part, just follow the instructions by Electrical Connections, and the installation should be a nice and simple process. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is remove this outer strip from the Honda Goldwing so we can get to the pocket that's under there. And the first thing you have to do is you want to get, if you have some little fingernails, well, you know, first they sell a kit, an actual kit that will help pry this off of there, but I don't have that, so I'm just going to use my hands. So what you want to do is get your fingernails under here and push in and then out. And then you want to take these off first. So the first time you're doing this is kind of difficult, but since I've done it before, I kind of know where it is. So if you grab the corner here, like I say, push in and then up and work from the bottom. And I've had this off before, so it's pretty easy. Pretty easy, I'll say. When I had it off before, I broke one of the tabs off, so be very careful. Once you have that outer strip off, like I have, then you can open up the glove box here. And what you have is 4 push pins. And be careful with those push pins because they will pop out. All right, I'm back. So I don't have an actual small screwdriver, but I have a little probe thing here that you just push those in. There's 4 of them. Just pop all of them in like so. Press, and then press. And then when you go, then once those are pressed in, it releases these little clamps. And to show you how they look here, okay, they weren't charged, so they're like so, right when they're seated. And then to get them out, you just press in the center of there, and then that disengages the pin. Okay, so I've already popped all 4 of those. And again, be careful, because once you start moving the glove box, it can pop out like that one and go flying all across your garage floor. So be very careful. They're not expensive, but you don't want to spend a lot of time looking for these things either. So I'm just going to put my fingers on the top of them while I pull out. Yeah, the glove box here. There's 3, and then there's 4. All right, got all 4 of those out. Now to pull out the glove compartment. There we go. Sorry, had to pull from the bottom then out. Okay, and you can kind of lay this to the side. It helps if you have a little towel or rag or something to lay on the bike, so when you lay this on there, it doesn't scratch, you know, the paint or whatever you want to call it. Okay, and as I pull this out, whoops, maybe it'll pay to empty, or hey, how about I close that, so that way if it falls, nothing will fall out of the wing. How about that? All right, so as I pull this out, you will see here, right here, the Bluetooth. Can you see that? Yeah, the Bluetooth audio receiver from Electrical Connections. So yeah, real simple. So what I'm going to do is unplug one of them here, like so. And this is the one that they actually plugged in when I was in Tennessee. So you have, so this is a male end, as you can see it protruding, and this is the female end. So what I'm going to do is just hook up this female end, make sure it's the right way. Okay, yeah, so it's a flat end on that end. See how it's kind of looped and then flat? So as you look at that, that's a flat end there. So yeah, pretty much self-explanatory. You just hook it in like that. Okay. And then grab your ground isolator. Okay. And it doesn't say, you know, one end goes one way, one end goes the other. So let's just plug that in like so. And then with the other cable, because you're going to have to plug this where the actual connection was, you just plug that other end like so. And then this male end now connects with the motorcycle where it was plugged in before. Hopefully you can See that? See this plug right here where my thumb is? Okay. And basically line it up. Make sure that is a solid connection. Like so. And just like that, the ground loop isolator is connected to the Bluetooth audio receiver. Okay, so now when I play the music through the telephone, or I should say from my telephone via the speakers in the bike, I shouldn't get that alternator whine. So there's nothing like putting it to the test, right? So let's get this all together and take it for a test ride.
Recording. Now, in full disclosure, I told my wife I'll be back. I didn't say I'll be back later. I just said I'll be back. Meaning after the test, obviously, I may want to go for a little ride. So let me pull over here real quick and connect the Bluetooth up to my telephone so you guys can get an idea of what I was talking about. Normally when you turn the motorcycle on, it says, I think it says something to the effect of Bluetooth engaging or something like that. You know what? Let's just go through the whole schmeal. Let me turn this bad boy on and see if it will do such a thing. So let me turn it off. Motorcycle is off now. Now let me turn it back on. Did you hear that? It said something Bluetooth. I'm sure you heard it. So I believe it said Bluetooth pairing. So now what I can do is come to my phone, as you see here, go to settings, connections, and then Bluetooth device, and I want to get the electrical connection one. So here, so there you go. It said it again, Bluetooth. So now I'm going to play some music. Let's go to my Epidemic Sounds. And I don't know if it's going to work since I'm away from the house. The connection may not be together. Ah, there you go. Now, before the connection severs, let's start riding. And we can all listen for the alternator whine. Yes, I know this is from my phone to the bike. And like I said before, when I did this, you would hear that revving in the music. But there's no revving in the music today. So I think the connection was a success. Guys, hear that? You know what? Let me get my helmet up, turn the speaker up. That's full volume. No alternator whine. So success. Put that back down. Now, the only flaw that I made to this video is I didn't get the alternator whine on video. So you're just going to have to take my word for it. You know what I'm saying? You're just going to have to take my word for it that it was there. For any of you individuals out there that have the electrical connection sound loop isolator, you know, comment below and let me know how your installation went. And if you're pleased with the lack of noise that you're now getting from your motorcycle when you're playing music. Yeah, this baby purrs like a kitten now. Purrs like a kitten. I'm happy. So, all right, people. This has been Tony Rey-no, Two Wheel for Fun. And I'll catch you on the next installation slash how-to video on something that I'm going to bring your way, because this is not the last thing. I'll get with you guys later. Peace.